या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शांति रूपेण संस्थिता, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्ति रूपेण संस्थिता, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृ रूपेण संस्थिता, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धि रूपेण संस्थिता. Namastasयै, 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 namo namaha. The goddess who is omnipresent as the symbol of peace, the goddess who is omnipresent as the embodiment of power, the goddess who is omnipresent as the personification of universal mother. O goddess, Devi, who resides everywhere in all living beings as intelligence and beauty, I bow to her, I bow to her, I bow to her again and again. Good morning and welcome in to the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies awesome Money Tele Summit. Our expert today, Nidhu, is the only money worker we know of who promises results in seconds. Either you will get money or you will get a money message, be it unexpected monies, gifts, treats, compliments, or business opportunities, tax refunds, or lottery wins. You will get something. In fact, we have people who get money on the call itself. Like on her last call, Vandana got 2 clients' inquiries on the call itself. What if something like that happens for all of you? Her work is one of the simplest, easiest, empowering, fastest, and funnest to do in the world. It uses the best of Western science and Eastern wisdom to bring you some great results. If you have never experienced the decrees before, get ready for some life-changing shifts. And if you have experienced them, you know how profound they are and how fast they work. And how simple this word technology is. Basically, you just have to say 1, 2, 3, or 4 words. That's it. Bethany made 6 times her bank balance overnight, 6 times. Mary Beth doubled her bank account on more than one occasion. Punita achieved her money goal in a day, and Athena got her loan paid off in the most miraculous way. And Nidhu herself has made 20 times over in just 3 months. She is definitely one of the top 10 most successful healers in India and is also one of the few people we know who has worked with cases of debt. And today, she is going to share the real reason we land in debt and why you may be at risk, the mistakes we make in debt, and how to get out of debt. And with that, for one last time, this season of the Money Tele Summit, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. Please put your hands together for and join me in giving a warm Mystic Lotus welcome to the app so fab, app so super duper awesome, Nidhu B Kapoor. Hi Nidhu, welcome in.
Thank you, Ma. Hi everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel the warmth of the welcome every time Nidhu says it, even if it's not my call on all the other calls as well. When she says warm Mystic Lotus welcome, my God, you know that you are getting a warm Mystic Lotus welcome. So thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you. And thank you, Nidhu, for that introduction. Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure each and every time for everyone, and especially for you, Nidhu. You know, you're my favorite type. Sorry if it comes across kind of biased. What to do? It is like this only.
Yeah, I'll send the check very soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Sister Joyce, she has to say that because that's the thing with family.
One second, give me a moment. Okay, you're here with the Dharma of Debt Relief. Okay, so A, sounds very interesting. B, what does Dharma have to do with debt relief? And C, most importantly, do I need to go call Karan Johar now?
You may have to explain the reference. So So Karan Johar is one of the most successful, biggest, most powerful filmmakers in India, and his company is called Dharma Productions. So that's what Neela meant.
I have to hunt for his number now. Hey, Karan, listen, you got to help with the debt release, huh? And like Karan was like, what the heck? What's going on? So, Nidhu, what is dharma? What is the dharma of debt release? What does dharma have to do with debt release?
Well, almost everything. What do you think? What do you think it has to do? Like, how is dharma connected to debt? What do you all think?
I'm going to wait for the audience to write in. And Nidhu, if you could just come a little closer to your microphone. For me, your voice is coming and going a little bit.
Really? 1 second. Just 1 second. Check. Is this better?
Yes, thank you. And I'm going to wait for the audience also for everybody listening and to write in what they think is the dharma of that release. Nidhu, I don't know, I'm just shooting in the dark here. Would it be something to do with like action and results, or, the karma and phal kind of thing? Does it have anything to do with that?
Definitely related, because dharma is about karma. Dharma is the action that you take. But what do you all think? What does it have to do with? What's this connection between dharma and debt? And
Natalia is saying freeing myself. Freeing myself. Yeah.
Okay.
And Bhavna says dharma is what we are ought to do.
Nice.
I think everyone's waiting for you only to explain it.
So I'm gonna explain this with a story. But before I tell you that story, I also want to say something about our host today. You know her as amazing, warm, welcoming, how she makes sure that as many people as possible get taken care of, get answered, get responded to. She is also a fantastic pendulum reader. She does some lovely, lovely readings for us. And over the last few months, we've been doing sessions together where I ask her to gauge what's going on in the group. Like, for example, one of the last pieces of work that we did was around worthiness. And by the way, worthiness is a huge part of what's going to come up around the dharma of debt. And what I'm going to ask Neelu to do is, I'm just going to ask her to give us the percentage reading between 0 to 100%, the percentage reading of the debt that is there right now in the group. There are two kinds of debt. There is an emotional debt where you always feel like you owe somebody something. You feel obligated to something. You feel obliged to someone. If someone gives you something, you have this sense of maths in your head. How am I going to return it? I have to return it immediately. So there is an emotional indebtedness. And then, of course, there is the financial debt. And just by the way, this one leads to that one. If there is emotional indebtedness, it will become more physical because money is one of the most tangible products we have in the world. But more on that later. Neelu?
Yep. It's at 100%, Nidhu.
So is everybody either in financial debt or has emotional indebtedness? Just confirm for Neelu.
Yeah, I'm going to speak for myself here, and I can see a thumbs up from Ruchi, and Apeksha says emotional. Financial debt, if debt is, a house loan and things to be paid off, then I would have financial debt. If debt does not fall into that category, then I don't have financial debt. Emotional, yes, 100, I'm saying it myself, look at that, for sure. Emotional debt, yes.
Right. What you've also raised is a good point, Neelu, which is the sense of, is a loan a debt? When you have a loan for, let us say, a house or a car or a phone or a computer, and you're using it, then it's not debt. However, if you have not been in the dharma of taking a loan, the loan can start feeling like a debt a little later. Remind me, Neelu, to come back to this. Okay. But if you have taken a loan and you're using it, it's an investment, it's not a debt. But there is a way to take a loan. There is a way to give a loan. And if you were not in that, when you did either giving or receiving a loan, then your loan can end up feeling like debt.
And
thousands and thousands and go ahead, Neelu.
Sorry, many of the people have started. They have started writing in, and Radha says dharma is according to what is to be done from the righteousness point. Siddhant says dharma is duty. Ruchi says doing the right thing, being ethical, and dharma is divine laws, says Vandana. And for the debt, Swarna says financial and emotional debt. Dipali, Chinmay, Lakshmi, Yogesh have all said yes. Yogesh has said yes to both. Sunita says financial and emotional. And Radha says indebted to ML for enhancing my life.
we're going to find another word for that.
So that, yes.
And by the way, if you have financial debt, you guaranteed have emotional debt. It's just that you didn't realize it was emotional debt. What's emotional debt? How does it look? How does it feel? For those of y'all who suddenly understood this sense of obligation and feeling obliged, you know this. But this feeling began before it started translating into money. However, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, there was a demon, very powerful demon. This demon stood in fire for 1,000 years because he wanted a boon. And 1,000 years later, Lord Agni, which is the Lord of Fire, showed up and said, all right, I am pleased with you. What do you want? And he said, I want the most powerful sun in the world. I want a sun who rules the entire world. And I want for him to have boons where he himself does not die. I also want the perfect woman to have this son. Now, the thing in all our stories is that there are invariably these demons, these asuras, these rakshasas, and they know that if they get a favor from a god, they can ask for anything. And all of these demons, they have done this. 1,000 years in fire, 1,000 years in rain, 1,000 years on one leg, 1,000 years on their head. Like when a demon decides that he wants what he wants, he will make sure that he is able to find the god who's going to give it to him. A god has no choice but to respond to this kind of devotion, to this kind of penance, to this kind of tapasya, to this kind of work. At the same time, all our gods know that they've got to keep a loophole, that there has to be something somewhere that will allow for this boon to be limited. Right? Because otherwise there would be chaos, right? We would only be ruled by demons and rakshasas and asuras. There would be chaos on earth. So this particular demon fell in love with a buffalo, because what the god said was, okay, you will have a son, he will be very powerful, he will rule the world, but the woman that you want, that any woman you ask will say yes, that won't happen. But a woman very close to your own nature will show up for you. And pretty soon, this particular demon saw a she-buffalo, fell in love with her, married her, they had a son. I want to quickly explain this thing about marrying a buffalo. And marrying a buffalo is a way to explain a certain kind of energy, a coarse energy, a primitive energy, a dull energy, a tamasic inertia energy, not very intelligent. Because that was closest to his nature, he met someone like that, and they got married, and he had a son. And his son was Mahishasura. Mahish being buffalo and Asura being demon. So this combination of demon and buffalo. And Mahishasura knew that he had the ability to rule the world. And he too did a lot of penance, did a lot of tapasya. and got these boons from Lord Brahma himself, which were that I can take whatever form I want, that I will be invincible, that I will rule the world, that anybody that I want will fall at my feet, and nobody except a woman can kill me. Because it did not cross Mahishasura's mind that a woman could be strong enough to kill him. I want to introduce you here to a word called misogyny. You must have heard this word, you must have read this word, somebody must have mentioned this word. And misogyny is a certain attitude towards women as a whole. Misogyny is the belief that women are inferior to men and exist only for their service or pleasure. Where basically a woman must not have a mind of her own, a voice of her own. She must not have an opinion of her own. She must just do as the man says. And those of us who are also women can also be misogynistic, where we believe that the man is superior and therefore we behave in a certain way as well. Lord Brahma said, all right, granted. And Mahishasura went mental. He started looting and plundering and ravaging lands, earths, worlds. He wanted to rule the three worlds: hell, heaven, all the dimensions and realities, the solar systems possible in this dimension. And Lord Indra was the Lord of heaven. And Lord Indra is a minor god. We don't really pray to Lord Indra, although we do invoke him in our rituals, in our fire rituals. He went to Lord Indra and he said, what is this? You don't know how to run this. You should come and be a servant in my house. That was his level of arrogance. And of course, and Indra was like so upset. This demon is talking to me like that. So Indra went and spoke to the Trinity. And the Trinity is Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shivji, creator, preserver, and sustainer. And he said, I don't know what this demon is up to, but it's bothering me. I think we should be ready for war. And sure enough, Mahishasura started the war. Because he could take 1,000,000 forms, and he had this gigantic army that was like all gung-ho and said, yes, boss, we got to rule this 3 worlds, let's do this. The gods were no match for the demon and the demon army. Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shivji came onto the battlefield. They were defeated. Lord Brahma returned to Swarlo. Lord Vishnu returned to Vaikuntha. Lord Shivji returned to Kailasha. All the gods, minor gods, functional deities, all of them went into hiding and exile. Darkness covered the worlds. There was suffering, there was pain. Only the demon and his army were having a good time. And after some time passed, the gods, the minor gods, Lord Indra, returned again to Lord Brahma, called again on Lord Shivji and Lord Vishnu and said, we cannot function like this. Pralay will come. Everything will be destroyed. We have to uphold our duties on a daily basis, provide support, be there for the human beings, take care of them. The 3 Trinity gods thought about it. Lord Brahma said, my wife is Saraswati Ma. She knows knowledge. She knows not training for battle. Lord Shivji said, Parvati has the courage, but no training for battle. Lord Vishnu said, my Lakshmi Ma knows wealth and money. There is no training for battle. And so even though they knew that a woman would have to show up, they also knew that their wives couldn't do this. And so then they put their heads together. What are we going to do? This has become a mission impossible, and we don't even have a woman Tom Cruise. How do we manage this? Lord Brahma said, the one who created us, we must pray to that one, the eternal, timeless, formless one, and see what solution comes up. And so Lord Vishnu, Lord Shivji, and Lord Brahma started praying. And as they started praying, in front of them, this column of sparkling gold light started appearing. Effulgent. Effulgent is radiance of 1,000 suns. Bright, so much light, so much light. And out of this emerged a most beautiful being. And the gods fell on their knees and they said, you are Devi. You are so radiant, we cannot look at you. You have come to save us. And everybody started celebrating the presence and arrival of Devi. Gods made armors, made jewelry, started sharing their weapons, because this Devi was not just radiant and beautiful, she also had 18 arms. Those 18 arms were covered with jewelry and weapons. And all the gods knew that they would be saved, that earth, the worlds would be returned to how they once were. And they started saying, Jai Mata Di. Sare bolo, everybody say, Jai Mata
Di.
Pyar se bolo, say with love, Jai Mata.
Jai Mata Di.
Jor se bolo, say
Jai Mata Di.
Jai Mata Di. And everybody in all the world started doing this. And there was this celebration that began, and this loud, loud sound and chants of victory to you, Jai Mata Di, victory to you, Jai Mata Di. And it woke Mahishasura from his slumber, and he was like, what is that? What is that sound? Sent a general, and he said, go and check, where is this sound coming from? The general went and came back very soon. And he said, my lord and master, there is such a beautiful woman outside that I can't see her. And Mahishasura, misogynist, said, beautiful woman, I have to make her my wife. Send the next 2 generals, let her know that I am here, I am Lord and Master of the world. It is her honor to be married to me. She should come right now. 2 generals went, came back trembling. And they said, Lord, Master, she's sitting on this lion. And when we told her this, she said, ha, 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 go and tell him, I am here to kill him. And Mahishasura was like, what? He was enraged. Who is this woman who is not just saying no to me? Who is this woman who is saying she will kill me? And he summoned his entire army and he said, I don't care how you do this, but you do bring her back. You do this by force. You do this through manipulation. However you do this, force her to come to me. The army went. Generals, his generals, his commander-in-chiefs leading this army, seeing Durga Ma, 18 arms, weapons, jewelry, lion, splendid. And the general tried to speak to her, that actually we have only come with an invitation. Our king wants to marry you. He wants you to be the chief queen. He wants you to come with us to the palace. She said, I have had enough of this. I will spare only one of you so that you can go back and tell him that I am serious about killing him. This one guy came back and said, I'm the only one who has been spared. The entire army has been demolished. The commanders and chiefs have been demolished, and nothing even remains of them, because after she demolished them, the lion ate them up like candy. So Mahishasura was like, I have to step in and do something about this. She's a woman, fine. She will listen to a man. I'm going to take the guise of a man. I'm going to wear great clothes. I'm going to wear great perfume. And I am going to step out and have a word with her. And that's what he did. Stepped out onto the field and he said, "You are so beautiful. You are so powerful. Together, you and I can rule for eternity. Marry me." She said, "Are you serious? I have come here to destroy you, but I will ask you nicely, go back to your nether world, which is beneath my feet, and allow the gods their rightful kingdoms and duties to resume, and I will spare your life." And Mahishasura was a woman speaking like this, so gorgeous, it's completely beyond him. And he started making up this ridiculous story about another very powerful woman called Manotatri. And Manotatri was very beautiful. And Manotatri had decided that she would not get married because she did not want to be lorded over by the husband or the in-laws. She wanted to live life by her own choices. But after a lot of years of pressure, she gave in. And the man she married cheated on her and ran off with somebody else. And Mahishasura is telling Durga Ma, that is what's going to happen to you. If you don't listen to me, this is what happens. You need me. You need to be under the protection of a man, and I will keep you safe, and I will be loyal to you. And look at this, I will give you everything. Just be my wife. And Durga Ma said, "Fool, I have had enough of this." And the battle began. Mahishasura, taking all these forms, throwing mountains, uprooting trees, knives, swords, fire, Durga Ma destroying it all. From the time of her inception, Mahalay, on 6th October in the morning, when our ancestors left for their dimension, Pitrulok, and in the evening when she came, for 9 days and 9 nights, the goddess fought and fights. Heavens shake and tremble. There's thunder, there's lightning. Nobody eats, nobody sleeps, they can't. There is all of this battle, their future lies in the result of this battle. And on the ninth day, Mahishasura, tiring, shows his form, his true form of the buffalo, lower, dark, dense vibration. And in that second, with her Sudarshan chakra moving to cut off his head and her trident into his chest, Mahishasura was killed. Durga Ma reigned, peace was restored, dharma was restored, the gods' rightful places were restored. And in all the ways that the gods and deities bowed to her and said, "Never leave us, always be with us." And she said, "You only have to think of me and I will be there." And for these 9 days and these 9 nights, we too would have come across our Mahishasuras. Do you know what yours is? In the understanding of what misogyny is and what a misogynistic energy can do to the world, are you aware of any misogynistic energies that you are dealing with? Is there any misogyny going on where you are, in your workplace? Are you getting lesser than your male counterparts? In your home, is your cousin brother being treated differently from you as a woman? What are the demons that showed up for you in these 9 days? Low vibration, heavy, dense, whether it is the Mahishasura of debt, or Mahishasura of anger, or Mahishasura of jealousy, or Mahishasura of revenge, or Mahishasura of fears. What was the Mahishasura that showed up for you? While you let me know this, I'm going to do a very quick clearing. I just want you to receive, have some water.
I just want to say very quickly before you start, thank you for this story. And I know that you were going to lead somewhere with it. I just didn't realize, and I'm pretty sure everybody listening also didn't realize that you were going to connect it to misogyny in this way. And after clearing, I do want to ask, you made the connection, but what does that have to do with any of this here right now? And I know you'll have an answer for that also. So yes, waiting for your clearing.
Receive this, see what shows up for you. Our Mahishasuras, you can leave now. My Mahishasuras, you can leave now. Mahishasuras, you can leave now. My mother's Mahishasuras in me, removed. My father's Mahishasuras in me, removed. My child's Mahishasuras in me, removed. My ancestors' Mahishasuras in me, removed. My past lives' Mahishasuras in me, removed. My Mahishasuras in my child, removed. Lower vibrations, you can transform now. Lower vibrations, you can transform now. Lower vibrations, you can transform now. Durga Maa energies flood my system now. Durga Maa energies flood your system now. Durga Maa energies floods all my systems now. Durga Maa energies floods all your systems now. How are you all doing? Take your time. For some of y'all, there may be an immediate reaction. For some of y'all, you may have a reaction a few seconds later. You may remember something. You may remember how it was in these 9 days and what it is that you're really dealing with. Debt is one of the lowest, stuckest, tightest vibrations of money. Money itself makes us happy, right? When we get it. And there's this unexpected check that shows up. There's an addition in your bank balance. You meet somebody, you meet a relative, they put some money in your hand. Makes us feel good, makes us feel light, it makes us feel great. Money itself is of very high vibration. But the thing with misogyny and debt and dharma is that because we are all descendants of the animal kingdom, there are animal parts to us. For countries that have gone to a lot of wars, for terrains and nations that are very harsh, like a desert, over here, our instinct for survival has had to be maximum. And when your survival instinct is maximum, the most aware and open and awake part of you is the animal brain. India has been one of the most looted and plundered countries in the world over centuries. Misogyny started showing up because when men started going to war and women had to stay back and take care of the house, the man became God because he was going to go out and go into battle and make sure that our lives and our children and our homes were safe, that our Ma, that our country was safe. Not to mention Mahishasura and Durga Maa. This is a time-old battle. It is a battle between good and evil, a battle between dharma and adharma. It's a battle between lower vibrations and higher vibrations. When men would come back from war, they were treated like kings. The only thing that they would maximum do was maybe play chess. Chess was recommended, gambling was recommended to some extent because it awakened the ability to master losses and think on the spot. And that's what men would do. while women then would do everything to make sure that their men were taken care of in a particular way. Our misogynistic fathers, we all have misogynistic fathers, only the degree varies. A misogynistic father is a father who does not wish to give to the mother. Men who don't want to give to women. Men who would rather take from women. Men who look at women as servants or objects. She will do this, she will do this, I will get this from her. She will take care of my family. She will take care of my house. I will do exactly what I want. When we have misogynistic fathers, fathers who didn't want to give to the mother, it starts making our mothers very weak. It starts making our mothers starve. It starts making our mothers guilty about asking. It starts making our mothers controllers, criticizers, and takers. Because when the mother will not get from the father, the next immediate person that she's going to dump her expectations on are going to be the child. The misogynistic wife of a misogynistic husband, if she has a son, she will dump all her expectations on him. She will give him a lot, but she will expect a lot back. And she will go into competition with the daughter. If she has only daughters and there is nobody for her to dump her expectations on, she will go into competition, jealousy, and taking from the daughter. In all of this, understand the child. The child of a starving mother cannot be a healthy one. The child of a father who didn't want to give and a mother who didn't get has no dharma or right to get and have. Learning from the father not to give, learning from the mother not to get. This is the child who is usually forgotten, overlooked, neglected, unacknowledged, unworthy, and does not get what he or she wants. Are you this child? Number one. If the father had a lot going for him, but he didn't want to give to the woman, he preferred that he give to a man, give to his brothers, give to his uncles, give to his friends. That person will have some money, but ultimately get into debt. The misogynistic father who didn't want to give at all, and therefore the starving mother who didn't get from the husband, chances of the child being in debt are that much higher. The misogynistic father who grudgingly gave to the mother, this child is going to attract money, but it will not fructify. So they will see good things coming up, big projects, big contracts, nothing is falling into place. The misogynistic father who had a sense of integrity and said, I really don't want to give the wife too much. I don't want to give my daughters too much. I have children. I really don't want to give too much here, but I have a duty. This child will feel like it's never enough money. This child will get the money that he or she wants, but will not be able to hit big time, will not be able to hit the jackpot. When opportunities come in the family for this jackpot, somebody will sabotage it. Which child are you? What's going on with your money story? And can you see how it's a reflection of what was going on with your father and mother? The thing with this that also takes place is father, left brain, father brain. This is father brain, this is mother brain, it's the right brain. Because traditionally, money has been masculine in the sense that men went and brought home the food. Men went and brought home the bacon. Men went and brought home the animal. Men went and brought home the vegetables. Men went to work, brought home the money. So the understanding of money is very masculine at this point, which means that when it comes to money, especially if we are in debt or have stuck payments or are not seeing big contracts fructify, this part of the head is the most active. Because who are you seeing as you're growing up? The person bringing home the money is the father. What has the father done? Okay, father had shares, let me also do shares. Father had a business, let me also do business. Father went to work, I should also go to work. Father lost money, I will also lose money. Father didn't want to do anything beyond a point, I will also not do anything beyond a point. Because here is the dharma of misogyny. Tell me, my darlings, in India, who is the woman? Which goddess is the woman? Culturally, we know that women are Lakshmi, that the woman is Lakshmi Ma. How do the demons get what they want? 1,000 years of tapasya, standing on one leg, hands folded, dedicated to what they want. The misogynist, treating Lakshmi in the form of wife, girlfriend, a certain way. What will Lakshmi Ma do? Can a goddess show up to bless and boon such a person? A misogynistic father will have money taken from him. The money that wasn't given to Lakshmi in the wife, in the girlfriend, in the lover, in the companion, it will be taken from him. Misogynistic fathers have the maximum amount of cheatings, especially within the family, from men and brothers themselves, betrayals, acts of God losses. I invested in here, it didn't work out. The more the misogyny, the less the money flows. Take a look at your current relationships. Take a look at the relationship between your mother and your father. The more the misogyny, the less the money flow. So far, tell me what's coming up. Tell me your story. Tell me how you're responding.
Other people have been writing in continuously with a lot of things. For example, Priyanka has written in Jealousy and Fear. Somebody said neighbors, in the neighbors men fight, bad health. This is in the beginning when you were asking, do you experience, what is your experience of misogyny? And Peksha says, Nidhu, you're a fabulous storyteller. That she is. Neha says, anger and sadness. And when you also mentioned, what is your Mahishasura showing up for you? Siddhant says, Mahishasura self-sabotage. Dipali said, big release with the decrees that you gave. Somebody whose name I cannot see is Mahishasura of Sautan. No, Sautan is other woman, right? So I don't know what, I'm not sure what that means over here. Deva says Mahishasura of anger at myself. Bandana said release from legs and feet when you've done the decree. The same person again, MP is all I can make out. Mahishasura of my bad health. Madhu says Mahishasura experience had an accident last week. And when you mentioned, when you went into the mother, father, the explanation of it all with the misogyny, Swati says, I've had a misogynist father, but I also have a misogynist mother. Kala says, yes, I am that child. Sunita says, yes. Swati again says, yes, I am that child. Abhijit says, yes, I am that child. Deva says, my God, that hits really close to home, Nidhu. It felt like you were describing my parents. MP says, my parents, my husband. Kala also says, I get money whenever I need, but not experienced any jackpot kind. Shraddha is, if a father has never given anything, but the mother has always given, how does that impact the child's monetary condition? And everyone's like, me, that's me, that's me, yeah.
Yeah, I will just answer that. It's a good question. Where the mother scrambles and continues to give in the absence of getting from the father gives rise to guilt in the child, which means you will have emotional debt. Not to mention that at some point, the expectation of the mother is going to come on you. And I have seen when there are mother expectations on the daughter, they are of a different degree altogether. They're borderline abusive, unrealistic, unreasonable, because now the parent, the adult, is expecting the child to make up for what was not given in an adult relationship. It is an impossible burden for a child to bear. If you are in debt right now, financial debt right now, I guarantee you without exception, there is one negative, misogynistic male in your life right now. Whether it's your father, whether it's your uncle, whether it's your son, whether it's your brother, whether it's your husband, whether it's your father, there is one negative male in your life right now. Please check and confirm to Nidhu.
And while they do that, just again, everybody is, everyone has something or they've related, they're agreeing. Siddhanta said, had a misogynistic father who had integrity. That's why perhaps I feel that I do not have enough money and why I keep sabotaging my golden opportunities.
For sure.
Priyanka says, mother does not treat me and my siblings equal. And Radha is asking amazing explanations, but when a woman marries, doesn't her money story change or does she carry them?
It's a good question. Woman is Lakshmi, whether she is Lakshmi in her father's house or whether she is Lakshmi in her husband's house. The woman's money story changes after marriage, depending on how she is treated. A friend's mother, she was treated like a princess at home because when she was born, her father's business took off. So her father would always say, this is my rose, this is my rose, this is my rose. Because of my rose, everybody in this family has so much. Who does she marry? A poor, broke, unemployed, misogynistic man. Once she got married, father's health and wealth started dwindling. And in this particular marriage, which gave rise to 4 children, each child struggling with money. The oldest child is 48 years old, struggling all the time with money. Because the misogynistic father gives rise also to a misogynistic mother, where the mother does not think that girls should be given to, only boys should be given to. There are 2 boys in the family. So the boys get away with murder. The boys get away with gambling. The boys get away with spending money. Like the boy works in a bank. One of the oldest one works in a bank. It's good money. He's been working in the bank for 16 years. For 16 years, grudgingly, maybe a couple of times in the year, he has given some money at home. 16 years. He does whatever he wants with the money. He lives his life. It's all right with the mother. All expectations fallen on the daughters. The misogynistic left brain, the giving, caring, emotional right brain, when there is a mismatch between mother and father, and we know who brings home the money? The man brings home the money. The boy brings home the money. And by the way, this also becomes part of a woman's misogyny, because then a woman starts thinking, I cannot have money unless I am married to somebody or there is a guy in my life who has money or is working and giving me money. When the child of a misogynistic father and a guilty, guilt-stricken or narcissistic, taking, controlling mother sees and understands what's going on around money, here's what happens. Left brain, hyperactive. Because left brain is father is money, father is how you make money, father is how you keep money, father is how you get money, father is how you spend money. Because everything about money, you are learning because the father is the primary money bringer. So what happens here? discarded, not useful, ignored, overlooked until emotional outbursts like the mother has. She'll put you on a guilt trip. How much I'm working, can you not see? How dare you ask me for more? You know that there is a tangi, there is a tightness in the house. At that time, right brain acts up a little bit. This is left brain, this is right brain. At the bottom of this is our brain. This is the top. At the bottom of the brain is a band. Okay, this is the band. Okay, so this is the band. This band combines and connects the left brain and the right brain. For those of you all who love science, paid attention in school, you know that this is called the corpus callosum. So the corpus callosum is very important because the corpus callosum exchanges information from here to here. Like whatever is in my left periphery goes to my right brain, but my language center is in the left brain. So my visual is now sent to my language center in the left brain because my brain knows that I know English, because my brain knows English. And my brain says, okay, there are some crystals here. And vice versa on this side. So there is this constant exchange of information that is going on. However, in the understanding of money, when we realize that father brain is the one who decides everything around money, we start paying attention to only this part. And this part starts jamming up. Remember, the corpus callosum is living. It's a living cell. Always like this little fish is continuously working. When we do not listen to one side of the brain, the corpus callosum starts getting jammed. And I want you to see the degree of your jammedness, where you have made this left brain blind following of the father, your story of money. Jammed corpus callosum, you can leave now. My corpus callosum is jammed, you can leave now. And now I'm going to say something odd. I just want you to sense your reaction. We will understand why this is a decree later. Thank you, jammed corpus callosum. 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 Say it 3 times.
Thank you, jammed corpus callosum. Thank you, jammed corpus callosum. Thank you, jammed corpus callosum.
Allow for the shifts to keep taking place in the body. I'm going to come back to jammed corpus callosum. When we have a predominant dependency on the left brain, remember this, my darlings, the left brain is based on data, right? My father did this, my father did that. My father said this, my father said that. My father treated my mother like this. My father thinks that way about life. My father thinks that way about money. My father says that rich people are liars and con men, and they are corrupt. When we have a predominance dependency on the left brain, because the left brain is based only on what it knows. We do not receive signs, signals, messages, insights, and guidances that come through the right brain, but need to reach the language center of the left brain in order for us to, for it to be a sentence we understand. In debt, the biggest thing that I have seen, which is astounding. It's astounding. And when I explain to you, you will be astounded too, even though you might be doing it. Right? So if you were going down a road and there was a dead end, what would you do?
Turn around and go back and find another way.
Correct? Is everybody in agreement with this? Has Neelu said the right thing? Has she used both her common sense and her left brain and given the correct solution? What would you do? Yes?
Yes, people are saying yes.
Correct? in debt, if you are in debt, there is one thing that you are insisting happen, even though it hasn't happened for months and years. Whether it's the factory you want to start working, whether it's that particular share that you want to go rising, whether it's that particular contract that you want, whether it's that particular business that you want to begin. Going down the road, dead end. Going down the road again, same dead end. Going down the road again, same dead end. Months, years of this. Tell me, my darlings, what is your mental state? If you see somebody doing this, what will you say to them?
Are you okay? Why are you going down the same road over and over again? Got to find another one.
Down the same, because not nobody's fault. The dependency on the left brain is so strong that it's, maybe if I do it enough times, I can headbutt enough to find a way. Yet you do not know that you are stuck in the same story. You are stuck in the same story, but you are thinking you are stuck in the money. Is the economy running, my people? The economy runs on exchange, on barter, on giving and receiving, on the flows of money. Is the economy running?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Is the economy running?
Yes.
So money
is. Correct.
So who is the one who is stuck? You. Or is it the money?
No. The person.
Who is going down the same road and the same dead end, banging with their bikes, with their cars, with their heads crashing out of the windscreen and then coming back again? Who is the one who is stuck? One of the second big mistakes in debt is to think that it's about the money. It's not. And do you know why? Do you know why? Tell me why. Why is it not about the money? Based on what I have said, based on what you have understood, why is it not about the money?
I know the answer, so I'm not going to say. I'm going to wait for the answer.
Correct. Correct.
And Nidhu, so this, when the call gets over and you go into the group, you have to check this out. SS has put this picture of Sanjay Dutt hugging somebody in one of the Munnabai movies, and that dialogue, "Tum bahut mast kaam karta hai." If somebody just put this in for you.
Thank you.
And while I'm going to wait for people to ask, as you said, and your question was, Nidhu, what is money? What is?
Why? Why is it not the money? Who's stuck? Is it the money that is stuck, or is it you that is stuck? And we have understood this, right? Neelu, very big with her bright smiling face and the aha moment that she had, which is, oh my God, it's me. So if you are the one who's stuck, how is money the solution? If money is not the problem, how can it be the solution?
Oh Lord.
And if money is not the problem, haven't you made it one by making it the solution?
Right.
Yes. I want to give you this thing, my darlings. And I want you to remember this. And I will remind you for the time that we are together, that the thing about money is that money is you. You're the money. When you take a look at your lives and you're thinking that I am stuck because my money is stuck, please tell me, did you get stuck first or did the money get stuck first? You got stuck first. You got stuck in the whole paradigm of the misogynistic father and the buffalo mother and the misogynistic mother, the guilty mother, the controlling, taking mother. You got stuck much, much before, because no matter how you feel about your mother, no matter how you feel about your father, I wish they had done this, I wish they had done that, I wish they had given me the money. The fact is that every child has guilt when you go against a mother's definition of the world of money and a father's definition of the world and money. If you have debt today, your debt began as guilt a long time ago. A long time back, you realized what your father was expecting of you. You realized what your mother was expecting of you, and you couldn't do it. Or when you do it, it broke you to do it. You fell apart trying to fulfill that expectation. Mother's expectations haven't gone because all she's done is transfer from father to you. So mother's expectations continue, but you, in the emotional indebtedness, because emotional in debt is all about guilt. It's all about not feeling worthy enough to have your own life, make your own choices, have your own decisions. In that emotional guilt, and guilt, my darlings, is the energy of punishment. There is no person in debt that I have not heard say this. It feels like my life is a big punishment, that I only have to suffer, that that no matter what I do, it will not work.
Living hell.
It's a living hell. It's living hell, I've heard quite a few times from only those in debt. And the other thing that I hear and don't hear but hear is I would rather die than change. I'm going to come to that. Which is why you will go down that same road, right? Because you would rather die than change. That somehow, if I do this long enough, the wall will break or something will come through. Or Durga Ma will jump from the opposite side and say, here's your money. It is amazing that you have shown such consistency and commitment that you're going down this dead end.
Nidhu, I so do not want to come in and like break your flow as such, but I have to just let you know, I'm actually not being able to say everything that everybody is writing because it's just pouring in continuously. I just want to give you a quick gist. What pretty much everybody has written is, yes, there is misogyny. Yes, it's either been the father or the mother, even if they've passed on. One person actually wrote that I really don't know what this means. I think it was Ruchi that I don't think I've experienced it. I've had, the family I was born into, we were never treated this way, and the family I'm married into also. So I really do not know if I feel connected to this or if I understand this term or this thing. That one person is written
Please
in.
take a look at your money story, Ruchi. Your money story will tell you the state between your mother and father. Because it's also very difficult to take a look at your father's misogyny, at your mother's misogyny. It's difficult. And you might listen to me and throw this out in the next 24 hours. Once in a while, because this is it. We want our parents to be perfect. We want our parents to be light, white, bright, right all the time. It's very difficult to take a look at it. And by the way, none of this is about judging or blaming the parent. Because the parent also did what their parents did, and their parents did, and their parents did. And there is one generation where the misogyny would have started. We'll check on that. But wherever that misogyny started, it's for us to understand the story. Like when you understand that you are a Sagittarius. Oh, I'm a Sagittarius. I love bright colors. I love good food. I love to travel. I'm commitment phobic. Makes you feel better when you understand something. Right? When you understand the story of debt, number one, there will be some relief. Number two, you will not look at debt the same way. Number three, you will stop going down that road and hitting that dead end. Because in this stuck gramophone, which is, it has to work like this only. The way I want it, that's how it should be. If it is not that way, forget it. I'm not interested. I'm giving up. If I'm going to do something, I'm only going to do this. The inability to change direction, the inability to move from, let us say, a particular kind of business to a particular kind of business is rampant in debt stories. I will tell you this about S. So S is a businessman, and he had debt in crores. When I say crores, I mean triple-digit crores. Crores, that's in millions, that's in double-digit millions. His debt was that high. And for him, His pain point, his dead end was one property. No, this property only, it will come from this property only, I'm going to make this property only work. Tell me what has to be done. I will do everything. And he did. He did everything. He said, whatever it takes, I will stand on my head for 1,000 years. But it has to be this property only, this property only, this property only. It took him almost 9 months before he started looking at something else. In 2 years, his debt started getting paid off. And remember, look at this figure we're talking about. We're talking in terms of triple-digit crores, double-digit millions. And in 5 years, his debt was completely paid off. In the 3rd year, he also got a girlfriend. Loves her, likes to give to her. The debt started clearing that much faster. And one of my earliest stories, when I talk about this, when I talk about misogyny, when I talk about the power of a man activating the Lakshmi in the woman, is my friend Mark, who's a cinematographer. Mark's lovely. Mark was down in India. He lives in New Zealand. Mark was down in India, and he was talking about how, there hasn't been a job. It's been 3 months. And his body language was like this. And, and I said, how are things with your girlfriend? He said, they're fine. They're fine. She's doing fine. I said, when was the last time you bought her a gift? I said, it was a gift. We don't have this thing between us. Gifts. It's okay. I mean, we're there. We live together. So just buy her a gift. Take something from India. He did 3 weeks, 2 jobs.
Amazing.
Sunil works in security. Sunil, no client for months at a stretch. Old clients also not renewing contract. Asked him one question. We did a little bit of work on releasing the stress and everything. He's also overweight, and that also plays a very big role, by the way. Because when you carry debt, your emotional debt becomes weight. When you carry physical debt, if you've not put on weight, you'll start putting on weight, because now you're not just carrying the emotional debt, you're also carrying the financial debt. I'm going to come to that. So he was overweight and he had debt. And I asked him the same thing. So when was the last time you bought your wife a gift? And he said, where is the money? Because the kind of a woman she is, she wants everything. She wants diamonds. She wants to go to these luxury hotels. She wants saris. And I want to give it to her, but where do I give it to her from? And I said, you take 1 rose. Can you take 1 rose? You take just 1 rose. 1 week, 2 clients. 1 rose. 1 rose. It's incredible. Another person, let us call him G. So G also has a business, and he wanted things to open up in his business. He just wanted a bigger business. There was no debt. There was good money, everything. Said the same thing. Can you take your wife 1 rose? So he said, 1 rose, is that enough? Misogyny, right? I hope I don't have to give more. So he said, if you can give more, please give more. If you can give it for a couple of days, please give it for a couple of days. He took a rose. Next day, took a bouquet of flowers. 3 new projects in 24 hours, overnight. If you can do this for the woman in your life, and if you're the woman in your life, if you can start working on your misogyny, where you're waiting for the man to realize your worth, things will start changing for you. It is like, for example, there is Vandana. Vandana has not finished clearing her debt. Vandana keeps closing her debts. And she recently closed a very big one. She closed a very big gold debt. All Vandana is really doing is, on a daily basis, making sure that she is not transferring her stuckness to money. She's working on her stuckness. She's working on her emotions. She has properties. And I'm sure she's on the call. Hi, Vandana, wherever you are, Ma. She's had properties. All this time, she's been thinking, I want to rent this property. I want to rent this property. This property should get rented. And I should get a good tenant. I must get a good tenant. I must get a good tenant. I must get a good tenant. In the last few days, switch. I'm going to sell this property. she's changed direction. This ability to change direction in debt will take you out of debt. This ability to recognize the misogyny and work through it will take you out of debt. This ability to stop repeating the same story, which is the story of debt, which is this is not happening, this is not happening, this is not happening. My business is not happening, my business is not happening, my business is not happening, my raise is not happening, my raise is not happening, my raise is not happening. Like we wanted to work on a bonus. She wanted a big bonus. Yeah, I want a 7-digit bonus. What do we have to do? One, look at her money history, and she had credit card debt of over 300,000. This is a big debt. Built up over a couple of years. This is a big debt. 300,000 is not easy to pay off. Looked at the family. Violent, misogynistic father, who is not just beating the mother, but her also. What does the taker do? Mothers start taking from neighbors, from family, from children. Children start taking from friends, from their family, from the stock market, from loan sharks. You start taking. What was we doing? She was taking the money. If you are in debt, please cut up your credit card. We had 4 credit cards and she was heartbroken. So we said, okay, cut up 3. So she kept 1. And we put a budget to that for every month, that you cannot exceed this budget. If you exceed this budget, be in dharma. 1, you will know that you have exceeded this and you will automatically cut up the card on your own. We finished her work with me with a 7-digit bonus. Amazing. 7 digits, my darlings. You know what 7 digit is? It's 10 million. It is so cool. But it took us time.
Right.
We spent time. Some of the things that we did was consistently, every Friday morning was hers. Either 1 hour or 2 hours. Every Friday morning for some years belonged to her. Consistently, she would work. Committedly, she would work. And because very left brain, when you have debt, you are very left brain, you need to-do list. So I would give her to-do list. These many decrees, this many times, this much mudra, this much time, this much conversation, this much time, this much mirror work, this much time. She would do it consistently. Hardly in these years had she missed a session. Hardly. Then she started yoga class. And then one man in her life sent her 200,000. She was astounded. She's known this man for 25 years. He's never sent her anything. In fact, when he comes over, he stays with her. Doesn't offer to pay. He offers to help around the place, but he doesn't offer to pay. Because that's what, right? That's also how a misogynistic man will be. That I'm helping, I'm doing stuff around the house, I'm coming with you and buy vegetables with you, but I'm not going to give you money. 200,000 she got from him. She understood that as she's switching this, as she's saying that my Lakshmi needs to be ignited, that my Lakshmi needs to be treated better by me, that automatically these responses will start becoming different elsewhere as well.
Right.
So,
and Nidhu, very quickly, so sorry, because there are questions coming in, and I know that some of the, like I'm listening to you, and I know some of these questions have been answered, but I still want to bring them up. For example, there is Kavita who would ask, and Manat also, how can there be, I'll just give you the questions, 2 or 3 of them together. How can there be so much difference among siblings with the same parents? Especially if the siblings are of the same, either women, like 2 females or 2 males. One is super successful, one is average, one is struggling. And Dipali said, never got any gifts from my boyfriend. What does that mean? And Chuma, Dimple, Siddhant have all asked, how about, what if you're single? Like Anjuma and Dimple said, how about women who are working and whom do they give for their growth? And Siddhant is also asked, like, what if you're single? So men or women, what if you're single? Which you've actually just mentioned, you gift yourself, right?
Yeah. You treat yourself a little better, because a woman's misogyny is that she doesn't think that she needs to be treated well as well.
Right.
We
And
also, yeah,
Radha said, work with Nidhu, guys. You'll get big money.
you will definitely, my darlings, money or money messages. And what is a money message? A money message is the next turn you have to take. So if you're doing money work and great anger comes up, you acknowledge that anger is in the way, because along with guilt, anger is another stopper. It's not a blocker, it's a stopper. Both guilt and anger will stop money, because guilt in the desire for punishment, because in guilt, we also come from past lives of criminals. And this is also something that I've heard people in debt say, that I feel like I've committed so many crimes, don't know what crimes I have committed to get this life, because there are past lives of criminals that you are paying off in this lifetime. And all of this we will work on in the work that we're going to do from now till December. Okay. Why do the same children, different children of the same parents have it differently? Did your father only earn 10 his whole life with 3 children? Maybe your father had property, and then maybe that property got sold, or that property's value went down. Maybe your father had a job, then he didn't have that job. A man's misogynistic level changes and varies amongst the timeline of the marriage, and of course, as fatherhood as well. I have seen misogynistic men start coming to a state of integrity and dharma, that even if I don't really have a desire to give, let me do my duty. And I have seen misogynistic men who started by giving and then started pulling back. One of the most misogynistic statements men have made about women is, women ask for too much. Women are never satisfied. And then the man gets angry, the man gets resentful, starts holding back without realizing that, of course, he's angry because the woman is continuously asking. Undoubtedly, we've got to take accountability at all levels. But the misogyny started long back. It didn't start in this generation. It was already there. It just got activated with this. I remember at one of my on-ground events, this particular gentleman, he said, yeah, but women do ask. And they keep asking for more, and whatever you do, it just doesn't satisfy them. And I said, do you want to stay in the same level in your job for the rest of your life? Are you not asking for more? Hadn't crossed his mind. The rules in misogyny are different for men and different for women. And because there are such a blind spot, unless you take a look at your history with women, your history with men, and the relationship between your mother and father, you will make the first biggest mistake in debt clearing, which is you will not acknowledge that there is misogyny. You will not make the realization that there is misogyny going on. And that's your first big, big mistake in debt.
Nidhu, people, again, like I said, it's I'm coming in because it's not stopping, it's continuously on. So here's what's going on. I also want to ask you, so what is debt really? It's been on my mind to ask you that. So what is debt really? Which I know it's coming through in everything that you're saying, for that, and people are asking, so what is the procedure to change my debt? Kala says, how can I break this chain? I don't want to transfer it to my children. Anita's asking, how do I honor my Lakshmi starting today? And Ketiki also asked, money comes fast and goes fast also, what to do with that. And Siddhant has written, so true. Father became much wiser and more mature with time. And that's why the youngest sibling has the least issues with money.
Absolutely.
Right?
Youngest ones, it depends, can be of two natures. They can be extremely closed when it comes to money, or they can be extremely receiving when it comes to money, depending on the evolution of the relationship between father and mother at that time. I just want to say that, Neelu, what was the question you asked? So what debt really is a number of things. And in order to fit it into a presentation, I've reduced that number of things.
Wait. Sorry. I have to come in right now. Andrea has written in
Yeah.
saying, Nidhu, I logged onto your call and have been listening to it doing other household work. Richard suddenly came in, Richard's her husband, and asked, what am I listening to? And I told him it's your call. And he's asked me to tell you that he received a call from two potential clients after following up with them for more than a month during the course of your call. Your call always was sounded.
Superb. And my darlings, when you understand, you know better. When you know better, you do better. The understanding of debt has taken time. I've done hardly any clearings. And Richard, God bless you. Obviously, there is some work that you're already doing. Perhaps you are paying more attention to Andrea. Perhaps you are attending more calls on the Mystic Lotus. Awesome. But congratulations, keep it up, and you will keep having more and more clients for sure. I wanted to bring you all back to the jammed corpus callosum. So one of the things that you want to do, and that opens up the jammed corpus callosum, is this. So I want you to start tapping this point, tapping it. I want you to start palming this, palming your forehead and palming the base of your skull. Yeah, we're going to do this for just 1 minute. Change. Whatever hand was in front, bring it back. And finally, just finish off with tapping and patting your ears. Have water, check how you're doing. Thank you, jammed corpus callosum. 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 Please say it 3 times.
Thank you, jammed corpus callosum. Thank you, jammed corpus callosum. Thank you, jammed corpus callosum. It's like there's like vibration, and this especially was like the sound of the sea when you hear it through seashells.
Oh yeah, correct.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's like it's warm, as in the warmth is like going out like that. It's emanating, and yeah, it's suddenly warm.
Anti-debt mudra. Anti-debt mudra is little finger and ring finger hold.
Wait. Nidhu, wait. Sorry. Rather just texted in saying 2 clients booked for tomorrow just now.
Excellent.
And this is with just one set of clearing that you did earlier, Nidhu. Literally, just, and of course the two things that you did.
6:06 p.m. we are going to do tons of clearings. We're going to take on some people, as in we're going to do, you know how we do those little stamp shots, those little screenshots of 5-6 people.
Spotlight.
We're going to do the percentage. We're going to do their individual percentage. We're going to take a look at what's their story, and we're going to start clearing that particular debt. Because remember, who is stuck?
We,
the money.
The person.
And how soon can you get unstuck? I'm going to tell you. In seconds, in minutes, guaranteed results in hours and 24 hours. Neelu, can you please tell me group percentage of stuckness?
Of stuckness?
Yeah. Also tell me group percentage of misogyny.
Stuckness is at 70%, Nidhu.
Misogyny, debt was at 100%. Just
debt was 100.
The misogyny.
While I wait for that to happen, just letting you know, Nidhu, that this is covering everybody on the call right now, and even those who will be listening to the replay.
Absolutely correct.
Yes, the percentage of misogyny is, I'm smiling not because I'm just smiling because there's a barely 5% difference. It's at 95%.
What is this number close to? Does
Debt.
everybody debt? You see, the misogyny and the debt will be almost identical, as you will see when we do this work one-on-one in the evening as well. But right now, are you ready to use just one word and start clearing and decreasing and releasing and removing and clearing your stuckness and therefore the debt? Just one word?
Yes.
Not just one word, it's a 2-letter word. 2 letters only. It won't.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Are you ready, my people? We've spent a lot of time. You must be hungry. There must be other things calling for your attention. But right, just for this, just for 2 minutes, my darlings, sit down, have some water. And let me give you this 2-letter word. So first of all, somebody, please tell me, what is the opposite of debt?
No debt.
Correct. You're correct. And we will use that also. So because debt is an extreme form of stuckness, the opposite of debt is actually freedom. Yes? Sunai Nidita?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is everybody saying yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dipali says flows. Natalia says overflow.
Yeah, I love it. Flows and overflows. Fantastic. First, we want to feel a little free. Yes? And
credit.
We want a little flowing. Yes?
Opposite of debt is credit, says Preeti.
Given to you.
Nidhu, I know you're going to be doing this right now. I'm just, there's this, even though, the story's already happened, this is a battle for us, isn't it? For any of us who are in debt, be it emotional, be it financial, even the acknowledgement of the Mahishasura of us, of inside, it's a fight, right? It's a battle. So with whatever clearing and decree you're doing right now, can I just bring something up on the screen?
Oh, it may not work for this one.
Okay.
I will tell you. But thank you for the reminder. I know what you mean. And I'm going to give you the cue for that. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Okay.
All right.
So the word is the word is the word is the word is so. S-O. And you're going to say 10 times with me, so free. So free.
Free.
So
free.
So
free.
So free. So
free.
So
free.
So free.
So
So free.
free. So free.
So free.
So free.
So free.
So free.
So free.
Free.
Check how it's making you feel. And while you're doing that, I'm going to return to the decree I said that even if it doesn't make sense, you see how it works. So we're also going to say 9 times. Why 9?
It's the 9 nights. It's the 9 nights of battle. It's the 9 nights of Maa. Yeah.
9 is today's Maa's number. Maa is normally a 6 because it has to do with Venus. It has to do with feminine. But today her number is 9. So 9 times we're going to say, thank you, stuckness. Why are we not going to say thank you, debt? I will explain once you have experienced thank you, stuckness. Okay? Thank you, stuckness. Thank you, stuck. 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 Say it as well. Thank you, stuckness. Thank you, stuck. See how it makes you feel. Keep having water. The reason why we've not used it for debt right now because we've gone straight to source, which is the stuckness, and because debt as an energy in the body can be very heavy, can be very numb. So it's not that it won't work, but you may not be able to experience the shift. Thank you, debt. 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 Thank you, indebted. 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 So free, so open being the connotation that you are now open to receiving more good. So free, so open, so free, so open, so free, so open, so calm, so calm, so calm, so free, so open, so rich, so wealthy. Have water, tell me how you're doing. Even if Neelu cannot read it all out, I will catch up with the posts on the group, at least before our evening call. But let us know, how did it make you feel? How are you doing? When you think about your debt or your indebtedness, how are you responding now? And that reminds me about the question that what do we do when we're single? Who do we give to? Even if you're single, there will be a woman in your life, whether it's your maid, whether it's your aunt, whether it's your sister. It doesn't necessarily have to be with the one you're in a relationship with. Give it to any woman. If there is a beggar woman who comes to you, never turn her away. Give her something or the other. If a beggar woman with a child comes to you, it is a message that you have got to take a look at what's going on with your mother. Do not turn her away as you give 1 penny, 1 rupee. It's okay. The universe picks up on your attitude, picks up on your intention, your desire to heal, because debt is a wound. Debt is a symptom. It's not a cause. And therefore, this desire to heal this wound, the universe will start sending you, once the universe picks up on that, the universe will start sending you people and support.
People have started writing in Nidhu. Kulpreet said, feeling very light. Bhavna says, I feel like lower chakras are expanding. Shraddha says, I feel so light, so free. Anita says, light. Akriti says, feeling free, so grateful. You are magical. Kulpreet says, something big got released. Akriti says, my heart is racing. Vandana says, stuckness decreased, saying, bought heaviness in head and eyes, and I'm yawning. And Lakshmi is saying, please advise, feeling heavy in the head. Dimple's also saying, my head is racing. Francis says, it's so silly to hang on to debt. Dipali says, feeling better. Pravina says, feeling so confused. And another Lakshmi has written in, saying, light and happy and free. Yogesh says, tingling in whole body. And Anita says, feeling light, but head is feeling heavy. And Kavita says, I don't feel I owe anyone. Neetu is feeling emotional. And Amanda is feeling lighter after decrease and yawning, and it's freeing. And she says, awesome decrease. And Uma says, calm and spelled with CAL and like a row of M's.
Awesome. And it's so good that you're at least right now not feeling like you owe anybody anything. You just made sure that that energy does not become financial debt for you or your children in the future. That's fantastic. That's very well done. And everybody, very, very well done. For those of us who are having things going on in the head, so the head is the place for anger. The head is the place for judgments. And the head is the place for, come on, somebody try this. What happens in the head?
All the thinking.
Thinking, yes. What else happens in the head?
You said it's the space for anger. It's the space for
judgments.
Judgment. Okay. And so they says ideas.
Absolutely. Ideas as well. What else?
So balance, because it's
Balance.
both the.
It is balance. It is the battleground of dharma and adharma. When your head starts paining, when your head starts getting heavy, when you have a sense of stuckness, tightness in the head, there is anger. Now, the anger could be because of the adharma that's happened. Maybe your father didn't treat your mother very well. Maybe your mother is not treating you very well. Maybe there is unexpressed and unacknowledged anger because there is unexpressed, unacknowledged understanding of misogyny in the family. Tightness and the head feeling heavy is a sign of anger and trauma. Head paining means the battle is on. The battle between a lower vibration and a higher vibration. Because then when, you know how it is, right? And Neelu, can we have that, please?
Give me a moment.
When we have this battle, this is exactly what is taking place in our brain. Okay? And you're going to see what's happening in our brain.
I'm just going to get that thing on. Hang on.
So for all of y'all with heavy heads, heavy head, thank you. Heavy head, thank you. Tight head, thank you. Painful head, thank you. Headache, so free, so free. However short they were, your head is going to explode. There will be thunder and lightning and very, very frightening going on right now because the battle is on. Drink a lot of water, rest, eat something, come back at 6:06 where we will do some more clearings. And in the meantime, my darlings, because we have something very special on our packages today, stay here. Then there is like a surprise. And yeah, and come on. I'm also going to put up in the group afterwards because we didn't get the time to go through them. I'm going to give you a list of what debt is. So I'm going to give you the short list, which we reduced to fit into a presentation. And I'm going to give you a long list. I'm also going to give you a list of 75 stucknesses that happen with money, especially around debt. This you will receive along with the replay. And oh, here it is. And everybody can go through this very, very quickly. But the thing here is that when you have a father who will not give and a mother who hasn't gotten, there isn't enough given to the child as well. This child now grows up not knowing how to feel good, not knowing how to sustain feeling good. Because the moment the child starts feeling good, two things happen. One, guilt. How can I feel good when my father is not feeling good, when my mother is definitely not feeling good? Two, the taking mother, who will show up and make sure that she ruins your happiness. Is that your mother? Are you in guilt? Do you have debt? The fear of money is one of the predominant fears in debt. In debt, it's not that money doesn't come. It comes. But the attitude towards that money is that you can't keep it. Why? Because keeping money makes us feel good. What will happen when we feel good? Guilt, taking parent, or a taking sibling who's actually a representation of the parent. The fear of money is very big in debt. So when we do have money and we could pay off some debt, what we end up doing is throwing good money after bad. Remember that road with the dead end? It takes time and effort and money, right? To keep getting up, getting back on the bike, in the car, or running down, right? The tendency to throw away good money after bad is very high in debt. In debt, we do not know how to let go of our losses and recover. Refusal to apply the law of attraction in debt is where you don't understand that if it's happening inside you, it's happening outside of you. So if it's happening outside you, it's definitely happening inside you. Is money inside you? No, right? Money is outside you. Therefore, what is going on outside, you have to take a look as to what's going on inside. And we know the answer to this. The answer to this is money is you. How good do you feel about yourself? How good do you allow yourself to feel about yourself? How good are you able to sustain yourself? I'm going to give you a little secret over here as well. So one of the things that happens with people who are in debt is that they don't exercise. Either there was no habit of exercise, but there is no exercise, because exercise makes us feel good about ourselves. And the fear of feeling good about ourselves is so high that we don't dare allow it. So we stay in the same way. It's not even like every time we are going down that road into the dead end that we are going more healthily. We stay exactly like that. If you will bring exercise into your life and you are in debt, I promise you things will happen within 72 hours. Is your debt going to get paid off? No, because there is a dharma to debt release, which we will talk about at the evening call. There are 20 dharmas to debt release. And for that, you have to understand the biggest dharma in debt release. You've understood the debt story. It's not your fault. It's not your fault this is happening. But having understood this, is your left brain going, one last time I'm going to run down that road and see if the wall breaks. Check. So there are certain things that follow through from the understanding of the story. If you've understood the story, you will understand the solutions. If you've not understood the story, you're in denial of the story, because there is nobody who doesn't have a misogynistic mother or father. Only the degree varies. If you've not understood, it's all right, come along and enjoy the clearings anyway. But if you've gotten the importance of doing this work on a daily basis in the simplest of ways with the maximum amount of support with a group, you've got to come along and take on something even as simple as doing the decrees from the 20th of October till the 31st of December. Every day you get one decree in your inbox or on the Telegram group. Just give the decree, process the shifts, share the results of what is going on. Okay, I'm saying something else. Neelu, you've posted something.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Very sorry. This thing is like very sensitive to touch. I just realized. Sorry.
So give me package A, Neelu.
Yes, just a moment. Give me a second. I have to say this. You have to hang on 1 second.
Okay.
Because this line, I think, was written for me, basically. Yeah.
Okay. Remember, my darlings, because when you look at debt, doesn't it feel like Mission Impossible? It feels like Mission Impossible, and it feels like somebody else should do it, because you've made all the answers outside. Because you made money the answer, right? And that's one of the other things that happens in debt. You think money is the solution to everything. If you have that thought, if you're not already in debt, you are getting into debt.
Right. And this is basically
to accept.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. That music has to play in your head. It has to.
It is the Mission Impossible soundtrack. And by the way, Mission Impossible was a television series. And the soundtrack was also used in the series, was just upgraded for the movie version. It's just so amazing for those of y'all who know Mission Impossible. Soundtrack in the background playing, and your mission, should you choose to accept, is to keep getting unstuck in seconds daily. Enjoy getting unstuck in seconds daily. Feel better and good about yourself in minutes. Acknowledge small wins and work with the 20 dharmas of debt release. Do you accept your mission, people?
Yes. And in this case, if you're caught, you will not be disavowed, because Nidhu has your back.
Right. And all of these secret missions, they come, Tom Cruise is listening to all of this in his glasses. He just had this fantastic rock climbing session, and then he finishes and he throws it away, and the movie begins with the sound.
Tan 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 tan. Sorry, I'm terrible at music.
It's light the fuse. If your fuse is lit, just please throw off those glasses, pay attention here, and come along for some of the simplest and easiest and most supportive work you can possibly do, especially if you're going through debt. And package A is decrease on a daily basis till 31st December. Some of it is a little bit of a bonus, but from 20th October till 31st December, on a daily basis, You will be part of a group, and every day you will get a decree to work with. You've heard the decrees. There's the so, there's the thank you, there's the you can leave now. There are a few more, and we will work with all of them. You will post what you are doing and the dharmas you are following on a daily basis. Over 5 days, for those who've been consistent, getting results, not getting results, but being consistent, you have the opportunity every weekend to get rupees 1,000 and USD 13. Please have Google Pay. Everything else is just so difficult to pay out. If you are on PayPal, there's another way. But if you're coming on, please have Google Pay, because this could be you. The 1,000 rupees over the weekend is yours because you chose the mission and you chose the commitment to releasing your debt. And package A, 2 months weekdays, live call for debt release, which is the full moon call on the 20th coming up next week itself. It has a full value of $7,700. Tell me, my darlings, even without the special offer, would you pay $7,700 to begin the journey of clearing your debt? Maybe your debt will clear, because Athena's story is miraculous. Athena's loan got paid off in 2 hours. It just got paid off. It was incredible. And I will tell you one of the things that Athena did. She was part of the decree workshop. She was doing the decrees. But one thing that Athena did was that on a really, really stressed out day, she wrote and asked for help on the group. She said, I don't know what to do. Can you help me? And we started responding, and one person started giving all kinds of other solutions. 2 hours later, her loan was miraculously paid off. What if that is you? And why not? Would you pay this amount? Tell me the truth, my darlings. Would you pay 7,700?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Because the amount you have to pay is 2,550 only. Hang in there, Neelu. Yeah. Is 2,550 okay? You are in debt. I know you want to think about every penny. Would you pay 2,550?
Yes.
Yes.
7,700 को yes बोल दिया.
No, confirm 2,500.
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. The only amount you have to pay, because this is Jai Mata Di, the Shera Durga Ma special, the only amount that you have to pay is flash offer 1,550 only. You're ringing the bell, Neelu? We can't hear you.
Hey, how come? I'm playing it. I'm playing that.
Sare bolo.
Jai Mata
Jai
Di.
Mata Di. प्यार से बोलो.
Jai Mata Di.
जोर से बोलो.
Jai Mata Di.
Jai Mata Di. It's 1,550 only. A flash offer means that it's usually available on the call, but we did another thing. It will be available after this call, but there is a time limit to it. Pick it up right now. Let us say that along with this, you would love to go through some calls as well, where we do one-on-one life clearings, where we do individual readings of whatever it is that you are dealing with. Misogyny, guilt, stuckness, debt, story, because there is one particular story that plays a very big role in debt, which is the earliest memory. And we're going to take a look at that on today's call as well. It's the earliest memory of not getting what you want, whether it was from the father or the mother. This particular early memory plays a huge role in how easily you're going to pay off debt. We're going to do it on today's call, today's evening call. But like that, we're going to be doing stuff for 4 more calls from October till the 20th of November. We're going to have 4 more calls. And on these calls, we're going to do the group percentage. We're going to do individual percentages. Whoever signs up will get an individual percentage after the call is over. So you can keep checking. You can keep checking your debt levels. You can keep checking the misogyny. You can keep checking the stuckness. You can keep checking the guilt. You can keep checking the worthiness, because actually on one call, there are a number of readings that we do end up doing. And you can continue to then bring them down on your own. For example, right now, Nilu, can you recheck the percentage of debt in the group? We started at 100%, and 100% was the sum total of both emotional as well as financial debt.
This is sorry, Ma, please excuse me. This is freaking unbelievable. It is down to 60%, Nidhu.
Fantastic. Fantastic. How is it down to 60%, my darlings? Did you get a debt solution to pay off debt? Did somebody show up on your doorstep and say, take all this money, go pay your debt? No, it's because you lightened up. And how did you lighten up? We barely cleared, right? Most of our time today has been in the understanding of what's going on. But here, I want you to see one more magic. Is everybody ready to bring down 60% debt right now again? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Eat something, drink something, say yes. Jor se bolo, pyar se bolo, sare bolo, say yes. Okay. And here's how we do it. 60% debt, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 60% debt, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. 60% debt, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 0. And Nilu, can you please check the percentage of debt now? And everybody else on the group, how are you doing? I'm just so longing to take a look at the Telegram group and see how you all are and how you're responding. And I miss getting to hear from you all directly. How much is it right now, Neil? It was 100%. We barely did any clearings. We only understood, and we brought it down to 60%. And how much is it now? Give it to us, my girl. Bring it on.
10%.
It's 10%. People. Okay. Shilpa, please put the list of money and money messages that everybody needs to watch out for. You will know the answers to clearing your debt today in 24 hours for sure, because your debt energy is already down to 10%. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. And by the way, what we used just now were the numbers decrease. Have you ever seen anything so fast and so easy and so simple? And can you imagine when we do more work on today's evening's call? Like, what miracles could we have? What more could show up for us, right? So package B, my darlings, where we're going to be doing this kind of calls and we're going to be doing live clearings, and you're going to have the borrowing benefits take place in the live clearings, because even though I'm doing it for debt and it's for the whole group, each one of us is able to have the advantage of this. So package B, my darlings, and I do want you to pay attention to all the lovely things that are going to show up over here, but I'm not going to take time to read that out. I'm going to go straight away for the amount package B costs. It does cost more. Most of our calls are 1 hour, 1.5 hours, although with these decrease, I think in 1 hour they do get over. And this 2 months weekday decrease, 5 live calls, including the bonus one, because package B includes package A. It includes the daily decrease. It includes the full moon work. It includes the Telegram support. 31,700. Say yes, my darlings. Jor se bolo, pyar se bolo, sare bolo, say yes.
Yes, yes.
You know it's not going to be 31,700, but say yes. Be willing to make that investment in yourself. It's when shared with us how consistently her emotional and financial debt is continuously coming down. And I will tell you the one thing that Gwen does is Gwen does not hesitate to invest in her own healing. Special price, 6,999. Like, oh my God, like what is going on? Say yes. Yes, say yes to this. And Jai Mata Di, the Shara special flash offer is 4,999 and USD 79 only. Take it on, my darlings. Take it on. Come along. You have stuck money. You feel indebted. You have guilt to work through. You have debt. Definitely come along. We will have so much fun. Can you see how quickly we are clearing? I'm telling you, on the last call, we were working through worthiness. I think we did some 15 clearings. We did stress, we did worthiness, unworthiness, we did anger, we did disapproval, we did inner critic. Like the amount of clearings that we can do because they're so quick is amazing. Only you have to be able to process the speed of these shifts. Who's coming along? Who has said yes?
Getting a lot of yeses on the group. And there you have it, people. Package A, package B, mission possible. 2 levels. Level A, level 1 is package A. Level 2 is package B, which includes package A and package B. Mission possible 2. Level 2 is the most popular, going at a very special 4,999 rupees or USD 79. Package A is at 1,550 or USD 25. Either which way, super amazing amounts. And there is a special package C, if you just want to give everybody just a brief about it.
Correct. And this is only a brief because for this package includes a year of support and work. It includes unlimited speedster sessions, but there's a conditions apply to that. So there is a way that we work with businesses. How we apply the decrees to a business is a little different from how we apply it to individuals and to our group calls. If you have a business that's doing well and you wanted to get to the next level, or you have a business that's not doing so well, something's going on, of course, you need to be able to look at the misogyny between the parents or you and your partner. Do a call with us. You will receive a form and you're just going to have to get in touch with us. You can get in touch with us on the Telegram group as well. Just send us a DM. We'll send you the form. Send us the form. You and I are going to get on a call for 30 minutes. I'm going to understand what it is that's going on with you. I'm going to give you solutions. If those solutions seem to make sense, you sign up for the year. So if you have a business, or you're a business owner, or you're planning to get into business, definitely make sure that you've gotten in touch with us.
Right. And a very, very quick reminder to everybody, please, Google Pay, Paytm transfer to bank accounts are available through the links being shared. Please do not send Google Pay or Paytm payments directly to any of the Mystic Lotus numbers that you have. Please note, very importantly, do not overemphasizing, please do not transfer directly to Nidhu's PayPal bank account or Google Pay. This is a request from all of us. Please do not do that. Please only use the links that are being provided. It is purely for administrative purposes. We want to do our work quickly, swiftly, be there for you. Please just stick to the links being shared. And of course, if you're still not registered for the Money Tele Summit, hello, what are you doing? You want these fabulous offers? All you have to do is pay 199 rupees extra or $4.99. That's all. That's all you have to pay to get all these amazing offers.
Yeah, and one of
money is you, people.
Yes, it is you, my darlings. It is you. It is you. It is you. You are money, and money is you. How you are is how money will be. And therefore, let's get to us being at the next level of us. Let's feel good about ourselves. Let's release all fears around money. Let's release the fears around newness. Let's release the fears around changing the story so far. Because remember, my darlings, in the end, dharma always wins. And when dharma wins, then the heavens burst and rainbows and colors and flowers and everything showers down, and we are blessed. Dharma is always rewarded in the end. It is our job and our duty to make sure that we have moved from the lower vibration to the higher vibration. And I will also just say, Neelu, if you could just, in passing, please let us know the level, the percentage of stuckness, which was at a 70. How much is it now?
Yes. And just very quickly, there are questions coming in about the package C details and cost. As Nidhu has mentioned, just get in touch with the team. Yeah, just DM them at the Mystic Lotus on Telegram, or email us at help@themysticlotus.com, and somebody will get back to you. Please do that.
Yeah, and we will schedule your one-on-ones for the business conversation from Monday itself.
Oh, hello. Down to 15%.
15?
Yeah, 15.
Well, we're going to start the 6:06 p.m. call by making sure that 10% debt has become zero and the 15% stuckness has become zero as well. Then we'll take a look as to what was going on with the 95% misogyny. Say yes and come along. And of course, Sare Bolo.
Jai Mata Di.
Jor se bolo.
Jai Mata Di.
Pyar se bolo. Jai
Mata Di.
Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Big love, big hug. Namaste from India. See you in the evening.